Hey guys, CommodorePET here, and welcome back to another video on my channel. Now, today's topic is something that's been on my mind a little bit recently, and that is, how difficult is Jartex Skywars? You know what I mean? Like, if I was to play Jartex Skywars and rate it, how difficult would it actually be to play and to win Jartex Skywars? Now, pretty much, I'm gonna be looking at a few things, like, be looking at, like, you know, the game mode itself, be looking at, like, the players, be looking at, like, a lot of other things that sort of relate to the game mode, and, you know, comparing it to, say, like, Hypixel or whatever, and, like, you know, seeing if it's really, like, difficult, or, like, if it's not difficult. Okay. This guy's using the fire sword. I don't like the fire sword. I don't have a fire sword. Doesn't matter, though. Popped his 2 health potions. I think he's out of health potions now. It kind of sucks being on fire. Okay, I'm gonna pop one of those. I think he should be out of health potions. There we go. This guy's coming in. Hello? Oh, I'm stuck. What am I stuck on? I was literally stuck. I was walking forwards and I wasn't moving. I just got my kill stolen. Oh my god, I popped the wrong thing. I accidentally popped 2 of my regen potions. That could have almost been bad. So first off, I want to talk about just the game mode itself. Like, Jartex Skywars itself, like, how is the actual Skywars game mode? Is it difficult? You know, is it, like, is it hard to understand? Like, when players log in, do they understand how it works straight away? And generally, I would have to say yes. Players understand it pretty easily. This guy's really just not gonna stop with the bow. He's adamant on shooting me with a bow. Adamant. Okay, well, that worked. Overall, I feel like the game mode is very easy to understand. They don't really do anything super, like, different with, like, Skywars compared to another server. Like, Hypixel Skywars, I would say, is a little bit more difficult, actually, than Jartex Skywars to understand, because there's a lot more talents and stuff to pick, or they call perks in Hypixel Skywars. But I just feel like Jartex Skywars just gets the bare bones of Skywars right, and something that every player will be able to understand. So overall, I feel like the game mode itself is not very confusing. They don't have any confusing systems. They don't do anything that's, like, super unique that, like, would make it so that, like, players are, like, super confused, right? Like, everything that they do is very much... Okay, this guy's looking at me. Everything they do is very much... Oh, no. Yes, I got around him. That's what I want to do. And this poor guy's dead. Like, I just feel like they understand the basics of Skywars, and it helps new players when they join to really understand the game mode, because Skywars itself is not a new game mode. It's a game mode that's been around for however many years, right? And overall, like, it's not that hard for players to understand. My rods are terrible today. It's not that hard for players overall to understand. And I think that, like, basically, like, when players join, they're gonna be like, yes, I understand how to play this game mode. I did kind of talk about this before, but talents are also very easy to understand, right? Like, there's not that many of them. Like I was talking before with Hypixel, like, there's an insane amount of these talents, you know, that you have to, like, basically worry about, right? Like, you have to, like, level them up, and there's, like, however many levels, and all of that stuff. And with, like, all those different talent levels and stuff with Hypixel, it can be very difficult and very intimidating for new players, especially if you're, like, you know, just very new to Skywars in general, and you want to be able to basically just, like, you know, play, and you have to worry about all these different, like, perks and everything to get, and I feel like it can be a little bit difficult for a new player, especially on something like Hypixel. But with Jartex talents, like, there's only a couple, which makes it very, very easy to understand. Oh my god. I'm gonna pop this regen. I cannot kill both these people. They all have healing. They all have, like, all their special stuff. It is very difficult to actually kill them, to be honest. They all, like, won't die because they all have, like, healing. They all have health potions and all that good stuff. Okay, we're just gonna do Ring Around the Rosie. I think he does have a better sword than me, but... There we go, he's dead. See, like, we all know that, like, talents and stuff are, like, there's only, like, a couple good ones. Like, if you've seen my video, well, if you haven't actually seen it, I would recommend go watch it. Basically, like, the best talents for Jartex Skywars. There's only a few that are really, like, good, that you really should be using. The rest are kind of, like, meh. But, like, you know, on Hypixel, there's a lot to really understand and all that. But the one thing that I will say that's maybe a little bit difficult on Jartex to understand is the kits. Because Jartex and Hypixel both seem to have basically the exact same kits. So, like, for the most part, actually, like, some kits are a little bit different. But, like, most of them are generally the same. Which can be a little bit difficult because you don't know which kit you should get first or which one you should upgrade or what those like upgrades entail and all that. And I think that really could be a little bit difficult for Jartex Skywars, but like it isn't really that difficult compared to all the other Skywars servers that I played. Really, it's kind of unique, but there is some other cracked Minecraft servers that do have like kits and all that kind of stuff. But what makes them different is pretty much like this poor guy. What makes them different is that those servers don't really have an insane amount of kits, or as much as Jartex and like Hypixel would have, right? So I feel like that could be a little bit difficult for some players to really grasp, but overall, like there's a reason why there's guides that put like the best kits. Like I did a video on the best kits to use, and some of them are like kits that like people like very rarely use, which are like underrated kits, like Wolf Kit for an example. Like that kit can really help you on this server, mainly just because of the skill of players and like the lack of skill of majority of these players, which like, you know, Wolf Kit can really help you. But if you want to see the explanation for that, go watch that video. But overall, like I just feel like the kit system is really the only thing that makes like Jartex Skywars as a game mode somewhat difficult to understand. Now, moving on to the next thing, there's the maps. Jartex Skywars maps are very simple. They're not difficult at all. They're, like, extremely easy to understand. Like, it's not like we're running around like a giant spaceship or something, having to click a billion buttons. Like, all the kits make sense. They're very easy. Or not all the kits, sorry. All the maps make sense. They're very easy to understand. Oh, that guy just fell off the map. They're very easy to understand, they're very easy to navigate, for the most part. There are some maps that, like, are a little bit more difficult, which, you know, usually those maps are the bad maps, right? Like, whatever that new map is, where you spawn on, like, those giant dome thingies. I forget what the map's called. I think it's called Sea Life. Like, that map is, like, kind of hard to understand. It's very confusing, very, like, nerve-wracking, you know? And it's also one of the worst maps, so... You know, there's kind of a trend there where, you know, you kind of overcomplicate your maps and they just end up being the worst maps to actually play. But pretty much, I would say that, like, the maps are very easy to understand. This guy's still alive? I guess I'll wait for him to come back up and I'll fight this guy instead, who doesn't seem to see me. He's completely oblivious to what's going on. And that guy should be dead. But overall, do you guys think the maps on Jartex are hard to understand? I think they're very easy. Like, for example, Paint. Very simple. Very simple to understand. Not that difficult for a lot of players. And honestly, that leads me into my next thing, which is player difficulty. Like, just how good are the players? Like, if you were to join Jartex Skywars, how well would you do? Now, for me, obviously, I do very well on here. I've been PvPing for years. I know all the strategies. You know, I pretty much, like, I was on the leaderboards at one point until they changed leaderboards from top 15 to top 10. But, like, overall, I'm 9th on the leaderboards for solo wins, so I'm still there, technically, if you go on the website. But pretty much, like, the difficulty of players is not that great, at least for me. I would say the difficulty of players is similar to that of Hypixel. Like, I wouldn't say the players are more difficult than like Hypixel players, the average Hypixel players. I would say they're like just the exact same for the most part. Alright, come on, buddy. I popped the speed 3. This guy should be dead now. Yeah, but like the average player pretty much is like just like the same difficulty as Hypixel. And the one thing that makes Hypixel a little bit harder, in my opinion, is just because there's more players on it, so you're going to run into a higher volume of better players. But I would say the average player in Hypixel Skywars is the same as Jartex. It's not really that difficult, and overall, I don't really think you're going to have a tough time as a new player or as an experienced player playing on Jartex Skywars, because pretty much you're just like for an experienced player, you're not going to run into very much competition, right? You're going to be sitting here kind of like me, just like bullying people off the map. And as a new player, it might be like more of a competition for you, but everybody's around your similar skill level for the most part, so you don't feel like you're getting destroyed every single game, right? Like, if you're a new player, like, say, for example, you're an average Jartex player, and you go on a server like My Men Club. If you go on a server like My Men Club, you're gonna get destroyed, like, 95, 98% of your matches, and I feel like that could really deter people from, like, learning PvP and make people really feel bad about themselves, right? And I feel like, you know, if you're a good player like me, you can go on My Men Club and still do very well. And I would say My Men Club still has, like, the best of the best players overall in like, Minecraft PvP. Although I don't like My Men Club's KB. Like, I feel like, at least for no debuff. For no debuff, their KB, I don't like it. For Build UHC, I feel like it's perfect. But, like, there's many cases where, like, I'll go on My Men Club and I'm like, you know, I'm versing a, like, bunch of people, and these players are, like, good players, but I still win the majority of my fights on My Men Club. I would say, like, I win, like, at least 70% of my matches on My Men Club, right, if I was to play. And I was to compare that to Jartex. On Jartex, I win, like, mostly, like, 90-something% of my matches, especially in practice. Like, in practice, I have a 70 KD. Like, I'm a good player, but I'm not getting that on My Men Club, because, like, My Men Club is gonna have... Oh my god. Okay. Nice combo. Maybe I can return it? I returned it. Return to sender. Oh my god, hold on. I heard this guy behind me, so I wanted to turn around because I didn't know if he was going to hit me or not. Let's continue this fight. Oh, we get speed now. I don't have any speed. Well, I just got speed from my talent. Oh my god, yes! Random teammate! Or not teammate, random person. He placed lava on him. Oh my god, that came in clutch. I'm not even gonna lie. That was actually perfect. That was actually cracked. Player. Oh my god, my speed ran out right at the worst moment. I'm being attacked from behind. Oh no. Hold on, Mr. Apollo. Okay, I need to eliminate these other guys, because this other guy over here is the guy who's good. This guy's cheating. That guy's cheating. This guy doesn't know he's cheating. Hold on, buddy. Attack the other guy. He's cheating. Please go and attack him. Yes, he's getting bullied by Mr. He just got bullied off the map by Mr. Cheater. That is crazy. He just got bullied off the map by him. Okay, now I gotta verse this cheater. Hold on, I can do this. I can do this. I've versed many cheaters before on Jartex Network. I got this. Oh, the anti-cheat got it. Okay, I don't have to do anything. I literally didn't have to do anything. Anti-cheat has my back. That's great. Anti-cheat's looking over me today. Wasn't looking over me like 2 days ago because it randomly banned me when I started, like, jumping off the map. But, like, other than that, it's been great today. So, you know, W for the anti-cheat. But overall, I would find, like, Jartex difficulty level to be, like, a 3 out of 10. Like, 10 is, like, My Men Club, where, like, you know, everybody, for the most part, is, like, pretty difficult. Like, most fights you're getting into are, like, very, like, intense and good fights. Jartex is not really at that level. Like, a 1 would be, like, a survival server. Like, if people on a survival server decided to try PvP, like, people who have never PvP'd before. Like, that's a survival server. Jartex, I would say, off the map. Oh my god, he didn't go off the map. I saved. This guy is completely clueless. Off the map. There we go. Oh my god. But, like, Jartex is like a 3. People kind of know how to PvP on here, you know, they're not, like, super oblivious, but they're not, like, survival server level players. Anyways, guys, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Please be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye, and have a great day.